Time now for a check of the full forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy joining us live tonight from Washington County and the glittering lights behind you. Alana, how are you?
I'm doing well tonight, Brian. You were just talking about the one season I don't cover, construction. But all the others, yeah, we've got a firm grip on what's happening. This spring storm coming in and changing the weather scene live in Washington County. We kicked off our Good for Utah road tour earlier today. We were live at Zion National Park. You're going to want to stay tuned because tomorrow we get another feature. Today has been all about active skies. Check it out. Thunderstorms rolling over Foothill Drive in Salt Lake. Thanks, Renisha. Great shot there. We definitely saw soaking conditions on top of that thunder, lightning, hail at times, gusty winds. We also saw that in the central and southern portion of the state, and those active skies still out there. Look at those soggy conditions. It's been a while. Above average spring warmth took center stage when it came to the weather headlines, but it's a different story now. As you look at the satellite radar, it shows the last few hours. Notice a little bit of moisture over in Uinta County, and then again towards the West Desert and the northwestern corner of the state near Park Valley. Those are going to move our way. That band of wet weather will impact the Wasatch Front as we head into the overnight. Forewarn radar showing us where that moisture is noticeable on the forewarn radar in those areas I just mentioned. As we zoom in, over 80 right now, likely some gusty winds as well as that rain. It's a valley rain and mountain snow setup as we get through the next couple of days. We jump down to southern Utah and you're able to see quieter conditions. Two different systems impacting us coming through. This first keeping us unsettled. The second, a trailing system bringing in another shot of cooler air and extending those wet weather conditions. We're going to feel chilly, I would even say. Maybe I just have been toughened up by the spring warmth, but 50s are on the way for those temperatures. Here's a look at the futurecast taking us through what to expect. Nocturnal showers and possibly storms coming through. As we head into our Friday, we really start to amp things up by the morning commute. West Desert is popping, and it stays that way throughout the day. It's going to be a soggy system. Widespread showers and thunderstorms expected throughout the state. By noon, we're going. By the afternoon, central Utah over Utah County, seeing some significant moisture, and then later on it will slide into southern Utah, and that's where we get our valley rain, mountain snow. Now we've got to talk about this mountain snow because that's been amped up, an extended period here of accumulation, and now the central and southern mountains are involved in that. We'll see that moisture holding steady into Saturday and even some isolated showers into Sunday. Let's talk rain accumulation, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to above an inch. Really, that's model putting it down throughout the state, so everyone should get a bit of wet weather, and that includes us right here in Washington County. As we take a look at the winter weather advisory, this is the newest information you're getting tonight because it's been expanded to include central and southern Utah mountains, so the Wasatch Plateau, the Book Cliffs are part of this, as well as into the central and southern mountains. 6 to 12 inches for areas underneath this advisory. It's going to be 8 to 16 inches for the southern Wasatch and the western Uintas. That was initially the first winter weather advisory posted, and now it's been expanded. We're talking accumulating snow. Our 3K kind of shows that. Snow level initially starts at about 8,000 feet, starts to drop. I really think it's going to love around 7,500, but it could get down to 7,000 feet and maybe some sloppy mix in our mountain valleys. Other than that, we're expecting rain in our valleys and along our benches. As we look at those temperatures, talk about cooler, we're looking at 50s for tomorrow. Those daytime highs running below average. The mid-60s is typically where we are in Salt Lake. Expect thunderstorms yet again, so active conditions, eyes to the skies type of Friday, as well as that wet weather pretty spread out. Here's the St. George 7-day where we get scattered storms for tomorrow, becoming isolated into Saturday, but yep, moisture in the desert, temperatures in the upper 60s, and then taking a moment for a nice stretch in the 70s before warming back to the 80s. 77 is the average high, so we drop below it in St. George and then warm above it. Wasatch Front follows a similar pattern. We're going to be on the cooler side with those 50s. Takes a moment for us to work back to where we should be with that unsettled pattern and that moisture holding steady. Valley rain, mountain snow, true spring storm here. We're not quite into those extreme warmer months, so this is why we're looking at accumulating snow and winter travel conditions above 7,500 feet as we get through the next several days. You noted the timing on that winter weather advisory. Here we are closing out April, talking about a winter weather advisory. We love to keep it interesting, and we do just that. Clear skies tonight in Washington County, but wet weather expected overnight for the Wasatch Front and heading into tomorrow morning. Now, as I mentioned, road tour has now kicked off. We'll be in a new spot tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. We just like to make that summer list for you so you know where to take the family. It's our own backyard. We got to love it. Brian, am I right?
Yeah, we